Hello, and welcome to my presentation. I'm Ross Smith. Sorry about the backdrop here. This is the best place you can find in my house with the lighting and the sound, so I do apologize for that. I did put a nice shirt on for you today. I hope you appreciate that. I'm just kidding. But my presentation today is called Exercise, Nutrition, and Keto Wellness. I'll be using a PowerPoint here, so I'll prompt you through when I'm going to change slides, but I'll be sort of referencing those as we're going through. So let's get started. So the introduction here, wellness obviously is a multifaceted, subjective, and intangible idea. It's kind of difficult to pin down exactly what wellness is for different people. It's different for everybody. We're talking about a few of the 8 dimensions of wellness today. Exercise, nutrition, may not cover all of the dimensions of wellness, but they cover quite a few. So if you can incorporate, a fitness and nutrition regimen into your life, a lot of those dimensions of wellness will be improved. So. Again, wellness is ambiguous. It's sort of difficult to pin down, but it's very important. That's what everybody can benefit from being more well, or trying to improve, or striving to improve their wellness in different categories. But there are really limitless ways to achieve wellness, and exercise and nutrition isn't the be-all, end-all, although it is important. So, flipping to the next slide here. My thesis is adding a proper exercise nutrition regimen can and will improve the wellness of all. So, that really includes, we'll talk a little bit later on, even those that are quote unquote sick or healthy. It doesn't really matter, what your state of health is. Even adding, I think with exercises, you really can adjust and you can modify exercise regimens to your ability level, or what you're able to do. So even those that are quote unquote sick can benefit from adding exercise, and really everyone can benefit from eating better. So the young, the old, it doesn't really matter. The different interdisciplinary and interdisciplinary lenses we'll use, we'll talk about today, are the biological, obviously, fitness and nutrition, biologically will affect you. That's pretty obvious, but they also can affect you physiologically, spiritually, even, and financially too, which was interesting. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes here. So flipping through to the next slide. Again, exercise is great for all people, the young, the old, the quote-unquote sick, and the healthy. It's really endorsed by all medical disciplines. All doctors will tell you that exercise is really one of the best things you can do for yourself. Improves your health, not only your physical health, but your mental health. Your vitality improves that, improves energy levels. And really one of the great things about exercise is there's countless ways to be active, to be fit. You can, simply going for a walk is great. You don't have to go out and run and or do CrossFit, all these crazy things. You can, simply going out for a 20-30 minute walk every day is really just great. Great for your body, great, a great thing to do for yourself. So, but you can play golf. I mean, all sports. You can go down to your local gym and play a pickup basketball game. That's great for exercise. So there's a million ways you can do it. That's one of the nice things about it. Flipping along. Again, exercise really improves your physical well-being. What we talk about, that's pretty obvious, but also improves your mood and your health, stamina, energy, strength, your coordination. All of those things really are benefited by exercise. So, but again, it can improve your mental clarity. Studies show that people who exercise, obviously, they tend to do better with testing. There's a sense of euphoria involved with wellness. Talk about the runner's high. It's a real thing. The first couple weeks you exercise are really hard, but after that you really come to enjoy it, and it makes everyone really feel pretty good. Again, that goes with the general sense of well-being, of being well. But there's also something called the corporate athlete. A lot of Fortune 500 companies will use this now today. They try to get all of their employees to exercise. That's why a lot of places employ now have gyms. They've come to find out that a lot of studies are being done with exercise and productivity. So people that exercise are actually a lot more productive than those that don't. So even adding a break into your day where you can exercise for a little while, you'd think it would sort of distract you from work, but actually when you are working, they tend to be a lot more productive, which is really interesting. But that's something called the corporate athlete. So nutrition, kind of flipping gears here. Nutrition is really essential for life. We have to eat in order to live. That's one of the funny things about nutrition, about eating. But we should really think about food as a fuel instead of just as food. You fuel your body when you eat. So you wouldn't put gas in your car that was half water, half gas. Your car wouldn't run very well. We should think of the same way. Nutrition and food is really the same thing. So eating really rich whole foods is what your body needs. When you eat junk food like McDonald's, it's just like putting that half gas, half water mixture into your car. It makes your car run terribly. So You can think about that with food too. It makes your body just run, terribly. Nutrition is really pretty widely misunderstood still. There's a lot of, quote unquote diet foods, diet Coke, things that, the word diet in them that, people think are the word light, Lite. People think that these foods are good for you, they aren't bad for you, and they have low calories, but they don't tend to be good whole foods that you need. So, flipping along, we really need to eat well. Our nutrition needs to be good for us to function and to be well. It's one of the most important things we can do for our overall health. And again, diet can be used as medicine. They talk about a lot of studies are being done now with food, and you're talking about food as a medicine. So just eating well, eating really rich whole foods, fruits, vegetables, a lot of those, really plant-based diets. Trying to back off on the meat a little bit. We tend to be a meat eating society as Americans. You back off on the meat a little bit, eat a lot more plants, and you tend to be a lot healthier. These diseases of affluence too are, way back in the day, people that were overweight it was considered a sign of being wealthy. So there wasn't as much food to eat. Now we have a lot of junk food. Again, McDonald's, cheeseburgers, pizza, and we have these really, really high obesity rates in America. They call these diseases of affluence. So we can help to get rid of these though by eating better, just as a society overall. And talking about more like eating whole foods. A lot down the road, it always takes a while to do this, but people that have, type 2 diabetes or have borderline diabetes, borderline high blood pressure, some of those things, people on those medications actually can sometimes come off them. There's a study I pulled up a little earlier here that talks about people with these borderline conditions actually getting off medications when they start eating more rich whole foods. So flipping along, putting it together, this is really the important part of the presentation. So you can't have one without the other usually. So eating right and proper amount of exercise are really important, how they mesh together. So there's a great quote, it's a training quote, a lot of gym guys talk about that. You talk about you cannot out-train bad nutrition. So you can't go out there and, you can't eat McDonald's every day and go out and just train, hours and hours and hours every single day, and have those two things level out. You need to eat well, and you need to train well, and those things need to really come together for you to achieve the best wellness overall. So again, think about food as fuel instead of just as food. You think about it as a fuel. So you put good in, you get good out. That's the important thing. So, and again, we should talk about diet and exercise really are the same. We shouldn't talk about one and the other. We should talk about them together. They really are. They really do complement each other quite well. So, steps to being well. They talk about 30 minutes of exercise every day, at least that. But the American Heart Association talks about that. They've done some studies with people that have survived heart attacks, and even just 20, 30 minutes of walking every day made these people made their mortality levels come way down to those that weren't exercising post heart attack. So again, eating whole foods. You want to shop on the outside of stores when you go grocery shopping. All the processed food, the garbage, the junk food's really in the middle. So if you were to stay on the outside of the store, a lot of the whole foods are on that part. So shop on the outside of the store and join a class. There's tons of classes. It can be done for exercise and classes for nutrition too. But joining a class like something like CrossFit doesn't have to be CrossFit. They've really shown you get this sense of community with exercising. So it can be really fun too, and get outside. And there's tons of things you can do outside, especially now with the nice weather coming. It's really great. You can get outside, get that vitamin D into it. It's great. So you can kind of kill two birds with one stone there. And that's it. That's our presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you take from this really that adding nutrition and exercise together really helps to improve your wellness overall. Again, biological, psychological, emotional, and really and financial too. So thank you. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it, and take care.